friends, chew on this nugget. Luke 9:55. Luke 9:55. But Jesus turned and rebuked them. But Jesus turned and rebuked them and said, you do not know what spirit you are of, what kind of spirit you are of. You do not know what manner of spirit you are of. You do not know what manner of spirit you are of, or what kind of spirit you are of. You do not know what manner of spirit you are of, or what kind of spirit you are of. Jesus turned around and rebuked them and said to them, you do not know what spirit you are of, what kind of spirit you are of, or what manner of spirit you are of. You do not know what manner of spirit you are of. And Jesus turned around and rebuked them, saying, you do not know, rebuked them saying and said, you do not know what kind of spirit you are of. You do not know what kind of spirit you are of, what kind of spirit you are of. And Jesus turned around and rebuked them, saying, you do not know what kind of spirit you are of, or what manner of spirit you are of. And Jesus turned around and he rebuked them, saying, you do not know what kind of spirit you are of. You do not know what kind of spirit you are of. What kind of spirit you are of. You are of. You do not know what kind of spirit you are of. You know, Jesus recognized the spirit that influenced, inspired, breathed upon, if you will, through these disciples that came to him. Through these followers that came to him and said, Lord, shall we call down fire from heaven to destroy them? As soon as they spoke, Jesus knew what spirit they were of. You know, when he talks about you do not know what spirit, what kind of spirit, or what manner of spirit you are of, he's saying what spirit you are belonging to right now at this moment, what inspiration you're of. You have just received a wind, if you will. There was a inspiration, a wind came into them, and their hearts were open like a sailboat, and that they allowed that wind to push their heart, to carry them along, and to speak the words that came from that spirit, which were words of destruction. The words of the one who came not but to steal, to kill, to destroy. See, the spirit of the enemy the purpose of the enemy is to steal, to kill, and destroy life. But Jesus said, I've come to give life and to give it more abundantly. But that which was breathed upon them, that breath that came on them and through them they did not know what manner of spirit that was. They didn't recognize the breath, if you will. It was bad breath. We need to be a people that recognize the spirit, grow in the knowledge and the awareness of the Spirit of God, so that we can discern what thoughts, what breath, what wind is blowing, what inspiration is coming on us, so that we can, as a gatekeeper, discern it and guard the gate of our heart and not allow it to come into us or flow through us. So what flowed through them was of a spirit that was not the Spirit of God. He said, you do not know what manner or what kind of spirit you are of. You do not know what kind of spirit you are of, what manner of spirit you are of. They were of the spirit of the enemy at that moment in time. Even though they were his followers, they opened themselves up to the wrong inspiration. They allowed the wrong breath to blow on them, to inspire them, to move them, to speak, to be a channel, if you will, a portal, a vessel through which the voice and inspiration, purpose of the darkness of the enemy to come through them. And so Jesus rebuked the source. He recognized the source and he rebuked them. He rebuked the source. He pushed the source back, because the Spirit of God, the Spirit of life, the commission, the purpose and commission of Jesus was not to bring destruction to people's lives, but to give life. It is the purpose of the enemy to steal, to kill, and to destroy. We need to be able to recognize and discern the spirit, the spiritual influences, inspiration coming to us, and recognize that and guard our hearts from that which is not of the Spirit of God. That we need to guard our heart. We need to have the discernment of God. Friends, we got to have the mint from heaven. discernment, which comes from the Spirit of God and the Word of God. Fill our hearts and our minds with the mint of heaven, so that we do not be a people that are opened up to and allow bad breath to come out of us. Chew on that nugget, friend.